in Italy, made in China, or maybe made in Chile. Oh yeah, that should be a thing, by the way, because some brands get real creative when it comes to made.
We've all seen it. That legendary Birkin bag, that glossy status symbol swinging from the wrists of celebs and billionaires like it's a crown jewel, not just a purse. With a price tag touching 40 grand, it's been hyped as the definition of luxury, a supposed masterpiece said to be stitched by expert hands in the dreamy corners of France, where perfection supposedly lives. But here's where things get messy. That symbol of French excellence might not be exactly what we've all been led to believe.
This Birkin bag at Hermès boutique will cost you 38,000 USD. But what is the real cost out of the factory? 1,400 USD for one Birkin out of factory.
The same shocking controversy that once set the internet on fire is crawling back into the spotlight, and people can't stop talking about it. A flood of new videos is stirring up the drama again, suggesting that those world-famous Birkin bags might not be as lovingly handcrafted or even as French as we were told. According to what's blowing up online, the truth behind Birkin's so-called French craftsmanship might be way darker than anyone thought. Word is, a shocking chunk of the production doesn't even happen in Paris or anywhere in France at all. Reports claim that a major part of the process might actually go down in massive factories across China, where parts are supposedly put together for just a slice of the real cost. Then those same pieces get shipped off to Europe, dressed up with that fancy Made in France label, and sold back to the public for sky-high prices. Crazy, right? This revelation has the luxury fashion world spinning again. Fans and collectors are demanding answers. If these bags are partly made overseas, why are people dropping tens of thousands on them? And the biggest question of all, why hasn't Hermès come clean about what's really going on? This is the kind of story that makes people seriously question what luxury even means anymore. Behind every glossy ad and glittering runway moment, there could be a truth that's way less glamorous than the brand wants anyone to see. The video that sparked all this chaos came straight from a Chinese manufacturer who'd clearly had enough of keeping the industry's secrets. They decided to spill everything, and the internet went wild. That resurfaced clip, now trending all over again, breaks down every detail, showing how those exclusive materials used in Birkin bags might not be so rare or so French after all. It's the kind of reveal that shakes up the entire idea of luxury, because if the truth hides behind smoke and mirrors, what are people really paying for?
And all of these products were actually made in China, and now Chinese manufacturers, they are straight up exposing them.
Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Christian Louboutin, that they're manufactured in China, and you know from watching all of these TikToks who's making them.
China is letting everyone know now, finally, that your Birkins came from China.
According to the manufacturer, those so-called luxury materials that the brand brags about, the leather, the thread, even that gleaming metal hardware, aren't nearly as rare or unique as they sound. He claims these materials are actually sourced from suppliers scattered all over the world, then shipped straight to China, where the bags are quietly put together for a fraction of what they sell for in stores. That's a major twist in the high-end fashion story. Now, let's talk about the leather, the heart and soul of every Birkin. The brand has always stood firm, claiming its leather comes only from elite European suppliers in Italy, France, and Germany. The big players? MTI from Italy, Weinheimer from Germany, and another top-tier but unnamed French supplier. These names are known for producing ultra-premium leather that can run up to around $450 per piece. Seriously high-end stuff. Sounds exclusive, right? But here's the shocking part. The manufacturer insists that even this prized leather might be sent off to China, where it's used to build the bags before being shipped back to Europe. So that Made in France tag, it might just be the final touch on something built an ocean away.
Hermès products are made in China. Towels are from Fuyue in Shandong. They also make products for Chanel and IKEA. Beddings are from Yue in Shandong. Men's shoes are from Shachi in Shandong. Tableware.
As the manufacturer reportedly said, a cow is a cow, meaning that the leather's origin doesn't suddenly turn magical just because the logo is French. That line alone had people talking. Next up comes the thread, the fine, detailed stitching that keeps the whole thing together. The brand supposedly uses a top-tier French thread called fil chinois lin cable, known for being silky, strong, and super durable, costing around $25 per back. Definitely high quality, no doubt about that. Then there's the hardware, made from 316 stainless steel, also known as ocean-grade steel because of how tough it is against rust and corrosion. The quality of these materials isn't really in question. They're excellent. But what's got people raising their brows again is where and how everything actually comes together. The mystery that once rocked the fashion world is back, and people are starting to ask again, just how French-made is the Birkin really?
It was my first time shopping at Hermès, and let me tell you how it went.
We got a lot of requests, do Hermès next, and that's why we're here in the Highland Park Mall.
Here's where things get even crazier. All those fancy materials are allegedly being pieced together in factories across China, not in France, like the brand wants everyone to believe. The manufacturer in that resurfaced clip claimed that while the company keeps promoting the Birkin as the ultimate symbol of French craftsmanship, most of the real work is happening thousands of miles away from the cobblestone streets of Paris. These luxury bags that sell for tens of thousands of dollars might actually be assembled for just a tiny fraction of that massive price tag. And now that this story's blowing up online again, people are completely losing it. Social media is on fire with debates and heated comments, and fans are split right down the middle. Some buyers say they feel totally misled, wondering how a bag that might have been made overseas can still carry a $40,000 label. It's got everyone asking the same question. Are people really paying for expert craftsmanship or just the power of a famous name? The internet can't agree, and the divide is getting louder by the day. Some users are furious, claiming the brand hasn't been upfront about where their products actually come from. Others are calling the whole thing fake news, insisting the claims are made up by Chinese sources trying to stir drama. Total chaos. Meanwhile, there's a whole other crowd saying this isn't even about where the bag is made, it's about what it stands for. To them, the Birkin isn't just a purse, it's a lifestyle, a symbol, an image of prestige that money alone can't buy. And the conversation hasn't stopped with everyday shoppers either. Fashion insiders and industry experts have jumped into the mix too, with some stepping up to defend Hermès and its legacy of luxury. Some fashion experts jumped in to defend the brand, arguing that even if parts of the process take place in China, the company still delivers unmatched quality, precision, and that flawless luxury finish. They claim that no matter where the work happens, the final product still screams perfection. But not everyone's buying that defense. Others quickly fired back, saying, hold up, if the magic of true French craftsmanship isn't really there, can it still be called French luxury? That question alone has reignited the whole scandal, dragging it right back into the headlines and sparking a new wave of debate about what luxury actually means today. People are starting to say it's time for a serious change. Critics are calling out brands like Hermès and Louis Vuitton for selling an image of ultra-exclusive, handcrafted perfection, when in reality, a big chunk of the production might be happening in factories where labor costs are way cheaper. That truth doesn't exactly line up with the dreamy ads we see, does it? And here's the part that's making the internet explode again. It's not just Hermès being called out this time. Old reports and discussions about Gucci, Prada, and even Louis Vuitton have resurfaced too, with claims that many of their so-called luxury goods are also being produced in factories across China. Here comes the real bombshell. According to a source that's been floating around for years and just caught fire online again, as much as 80% of all luxury brand items might actually come from China, yet the major fashion houses almost never talk about it in public. That number alone has people shocked, questioning how exclusive luxury really is anymore. This whole situation is flipping the entire high-end fashion world upside down. For decades, made in France or made in Italy was seen as the gold standard, the ultimate stamp of prestige, a promise of masterful craftsmanship and tradition. But now that this old controversy is back in the spotlight, people are starting to view it through a new lens. It's beginning to feel less like a badge of authenticity and more like a brilliant marketing trick. The illusion of old-world artistry might just be another part of the luxury fantasy. To be clear, no one's saying these designer bags have suddenly lost their quality. Not at all. They're still beautifully made, stylish, and built to last. But it's still wild to realize that these powerhouse fashion labels might not be as transparent about where their masterpieces really come from.
I'm so confused because Hermes clearly purports that all of their bags are handmade in France and their watches are made in Switzerland. In their verbiage, there is no room for confusion about where their products are manufactured. There's no room for China. But in the beginning of that video, that nice Chinese man is clearly standing in front of what appear to be Hermes bags, saying that these are the bags that we manufacture. I noticed he didn't say Hermes when he called out all the brands like Prada, Louis Vuitton, Coach. But the implication was very clearly there. And if Hermes products, specifically their bags, are made from beginning to end in France, why would their valuation drop with the news that Chinese manufacturers are spilling the tea? It says right here on their website, the vast majority of our products are manufactured in France. And they talk about sourcing cashmere from Mongolia, blah, blah, blah. But absolutely nothing about China. And those purses that man was standing in front of were identical to Hermes bags, correct? So does that mean Hermes is lying to us? At least lying by omission? Or are their bags beginning to end manufactured, designed, whatever, in France?
Brands that build their entire image on heritage, artistry, and exclusivity might actually be outsourcing big parts of their production far away from those dreamy European workshops they love to show off. And that's got everyone asking the same burning question. If the image of French craftsmanship isn't totally real, what does that mean for the whole luxury business model? The online reaction? It's heating up fast. People aren't blindly buying into the luxury fantasy anymore. They're demanding answers. Some frustrated shoppers are even talking about refunds, saying, if I'm spending thousands on a bag, I deserve to know exactly what I'm paying for. The debate is intense. Are customers investing in true artisan skill or just paying for a logo slapped onto something made like any other product? That's exactly what's fueling this wave of outrage. And it's not just about Hermès anymore. The spotlight's now shining on the entire fashion industry. This isn't some tiny rumor floating around. It's a wake-up call that's shaking the foundation of what luxury even means in 2025. People are waking up, finally. They're questioning everything: the marketing, the pricing, the storytelling. The word luxury just doesn't hold the same untouchable magic it used to. Shoppers today want the truth, real transparency, real proof, and real authenticity behind those jaw-dropping price tags. And when people don't get answers, they make noise. Loud, relentless noise. Comment sections are exploding, hashtags are trending all over again, and the internet's practically on fire. Yet Hermès still completely silent. No press release, no apology, not even one of those polished PR statements. Just total silence, like they're hoping the storm will fade away on its own. But while Hermès stays quiet, other luxury giants have started stepping up to the mic. Reports say several brands have already denied the claims spreading online, trying to set the record straight and calm the chaos. NBC News even covered the story back when it first broke, confirming that not all the viral accusations were completely accurate. Some were missing important context. What's really interesting is how some fashion houses, like Louis Vuitton, have taken a totally different approach. They're becoming more transparent than ever, actually showing where and how their pieces are made right on their official websites. It's their way of rebuilding trust and showing they have nothing to hide.
Spent over $100,000 of my own money dissecting luxury bags, cutting them open, analyzing every stitch, every layer. Why? Because I had to know what made those bags so expensive.
And here's another twist. A bunch of those viral TikToks that reignited this whole controversy have already been fact-checked. Some are even being called out as misleading or exaggerated. Still, the damage has been done. The internet's buzzing louder than ever, and everyone's waiting to see if Hermès will finally break its silence. Conrad Quilty Harper, author of Dark Luxury, dropped a strong take during an interview with The Independent. He explained that a lot of people are mixing up shady counterfeit factories in China with legit production facilities that actually do work for big brands. According to him, these knockoff makers are experts at online marketing. They know exactly how to grab attention from Western audiences and stir up massive controversy with their claims. Even France 24 investigated the story and came to a similar conclusion, saying that while the controversy itself is real, a lot of what's being shared online blurs the line between fact and exaggeration. Some of those viral posts might be mixing truth with drama, just enough to get clicks. Still, whether the details are 100% accurate or not, there's no denying this whole debate has shaken how people look at luxury fashion and what that word even stands for in today's world. Now that this old scandal has resurfaced, the internet's turning on some of these big-name brands. Comment sections are flooded with users saying they're done, that they've lost trust and want real accountability this time. And that silence from Hermès, it's deafening. People can't stop talking about it. It's loud, it's tense, and it's definitely making the fashion world sweat. In today's world, when a major brand stays quiet in the middle of a scandal, that silence says everything. With these viral clips making the rounds again, some fashion insiders are whispering that Hermès might even hit pause on production for certain Birkin models, if there's any truth to the rumors about where and how they're really being made. Such a move could be the brand's way of protecting its reputation and trying to calm the storm before it spins out of control. But here's the catch. If Hermès actually halts production, it could cause huge delays for customers who've already paid massive deposits or joined those legendary wait lists. People already wait months, even years, just for a shot at getting their hands on a Birkin, and this could make the wait way worse. What's wild is that this situation echoes past controversies that have haunted the brand before. Old reports and even lawsuits have hinted at questionable business practices hiding behind the glossy image. One of the biggest cases came out of California, a lawsuit accusing Hermès of pressuring customers to buy extra items like scarves, jewelry, or accessories just to be considered for a Birkin purchase. That case made serious headlines and had people asking how fair the whole system really is. It peeled back the curtain on just how tightly controlled and sometimes manipulative the luxury world can be. So now, if these new rumors about the true origins of Birkin production turn out to hold any weight, Hermès might be forced to slam the brakes, not just to protect its spotless image, but to fix deep-rooted issues in how its products are made, marketed, and sold. This whole revived debate isn't just about where a bag is made anymore. It's about whether the luxury industry can still keep its sparkle once the truth starts slipping through the cracks. If Hermès really does pause production, that means customers could be waiting even longer for their bags, and that's not sitting right with anyone. People are already fed up with years-long wait lists, and this latest twist could push patience to the limit. And here's where things could get messy. If buyers start feeling deceived, it might not be long before refund demands or even legal threats start popping up, especially in countries where product origin laws are strict. Because if something's marketed as made in France but isn't, that's not just bad PR, that's potential false advertising trouble. And when we're talking millions of dollars, that's a huge risk for the brand. The resale market is also taking a hit. Some sellers are scrambling to unload their Birkins before prices drop, while others are holding tight, hoping this storm will fade away. But here's the real kicker. Authentication platforms are under serious pressure right now. If parts of a Birkin really come from China before getting that French-made label, how can anyone truly verify what's authentic anymore? It's total chaos in the luxury resale world. Meanwhile, Hermès' competitors are quietly watching every move, some breathing a sigh of relief that the fire's not on them, others sweating that they might be next. Because if an old controversy like this can resurface and shake Hermès again, then no luxury label is safe from the microscope. And what's really wild is many people believe this entire backlash could have been avoided if Hermès had just been open and honest from the start. If Hermès had just come out and said, "We source materials globally, but keep the same elite standards," most customers probably would have respected that honesty. But instead, the brand doubled down on that flawless, handcrafted in Paris image. And now that illusion is cracking wide open. The fallout is massive, and in the luxury world, trust isn't just important, it's everything. Once that trust starts to crumble, the whole empire begins to shake. Fashion lovers who once flaunted their Birkins with pride are now posting viral videos titled things like, "I spent $30,000 on a lie," and those clips are blowing up across social media again, fueling this ongoing storm. This isn't just backlash anymore, it's a full-on reality check for the entire luxury scene. Now, Hermès is standing at crossroads. Come clean, rebuild trust, and redefine what modern luxury really means, or cling to that old-school fantasy and risk fading into irrelevance. The stakes couldn't be higher. What makes all this even more interesting is when it's happening, right as global trade and import cost debates are dominating the headlines again. It's a reminder to everyone watching that the image of luxury is far more fragile and far more complicated than it seems on the surface. Now, TikTok's buzzing like crazy again. Users are totally convinced that these claims about the Birkin bag are real. Some people say the algorithm is just pushing it harder as part of a bigger global debate, but either way, this is not a good look for any luxury brand caught in the middle of it all. The drama is back, louder than ever, and the internets can't stop watching. Still, maybe there's a silver lining here. Maybe this whole storm will finally push the fashion world to shine a light on real craftsmanship again. Whether you're on team "it's all about the artistry" or team "we've been misled," one thing's for sure, this story is making everyone question what luxury truly means. Is it about where something's made, how it's made, or just the story that comes with that shiny logo? One thing's certain, the Birkin scandal is roaring back, and those questions aren't fading anytime soon. The industry's being forced to face its truth, and the world's watching closely to see what happens next. So what about you? Would you still drop thousands on an Hermès bag after hearing all this? Let's talk about it in the comments. And if you love deep dives into luxury scandals, hidden fashion secrets, and shocking brand revelations, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because there's way more wild industry drama coming your way.